Okay, example D says the measures of two angles in a triangle are shown below. Write an equation and find the value of x. So there's two things that they want there. They want you to write down the equation, and then, as always, they want you to find what x is. So whenever we look at this triangle, there's a few things that you need to notice. These little lines right here, those mean that those two sides are congruent. Now, this brings up a certain type of triangle. Whenever two of the sides are congruent, but not the other one, that means that this is an isosceles triangle. And in an isosceles triangle, whenever the two sides are congruent like that, that means that the two base angles are also congruent. So what they're really doing here, you may have thought whenever you first glanced at it that they didn't give you enough information. Well, those little lines right there, you're supposed to understand that that means that these are congruent, and that means that this angle right here is also x. Okay, so the next thing that you need to remember, doesn't matter which one you call angle 1 or angle 2 or angle 3, but this is the way I always do it. All triangles, whenever you add up the three angles, they will always equal 180 degrees. Doesn't matter how big the triangle is, how small it is, how weird it looks, every triangle, whenever you add them up, it's going to equal 180 degrees. So I actually am starting my equation already. So this part right here, the equation, it's not going to be too hard. Angle 1 I have as 56 plus angle 2 I have as the x plus angle 3 I have is x. And all that equals 180 degrees. So that's an equation right there that you could definitely use. But there's something that could make it a little bit better. Just like in the last example, I want to combine like terms. Okay, if there's just numbers, then you should add those together. If there's just x's, you should add those together. So I have an x and another x. That's going to give me 2x. So now I have 56 plus 2x equals 180. Now, that is the better equation to write in here. Technically, either one of these would work, but this is the better one. So 56 plus 2x equals 180. And actually, it might be even better if you switch these two terms. If you had it 2x plus 56 equals 180, but that's not that important right now. Now, we need to go on to the next thing. We need to solve for x. So here's my equation. I'm going to rewrite it so it's nice and neat. I need to get x by itself. First, I need to get rid of the easy stuff. I don't want to mess with the x as my first step. This 56. This is a positive 56. The only way to get rid of that is by subtracting 56 from both sides. So now I'm left with 2x equals, okay, I'm going to come over here and do that so that it's not messy. Okay, 10 minus 6 is 4, 7 minus 5 is 2, and 1 minus nothing is 1. So I have 2x equals 124. Now, I still need to get x by itself, but it's being multiplied by 2. To get rid of anything, you always do the inverse or the opposite, and the opposite of multiplication is division. So we need to divide both sides by 2. Okay, so I have 124 divided by 2. 2 will not go into 1. It goes into 12 6 times. Bring down the 4, and 2 goes into 4 2 times. So x equals 62. And that is what we write right here, 62 degrees. Okay, go on and do the your turn on your own, and then we will look at example E.